Another short class, this one a little bit more energetic. All you need is your mat, and we're going to start sitting. So let's get going. Knees are bent. Just start by sitting up tall. And just take a moment just to breathe. In through your nose. And out through your mouth. And we'll just do that one more time, breathing in. And then breathing out. This time as you breathe out, you're going to gently roll your pelvis backwards and bring your arms to a pretty much a straight position. You're not holding on for dear life, you're tilting your pelvis backwards. And just think of the crown of your head lengthening towards the wall behind you. Breath in. And then curl up. Keep the shape of your spine. Bring your spine on top of your hip bones and then restack the spine at the top. Inhale again. And then as you exhale, gently rolling backwards again. Breath in while you're here. Make it look easy. And keep the shape. Curl your way up. And then restack the spine from there. Bring your hands to the floor. Just tip the pelvis back a little bit. We're going to do a little rolling like a ball, but it's a kind of a free roll, okay? Just watch your chin is tucked into your chest so you don't hurt your neck. And you're going to push yourself back and just come up to sitting. And just keep going with that. Just little rolls back, sitting up. And each time you do it, you can progress a little bit. Maybe you take your arms off. And maybe you just start to press your legs back. You don't have to do any of these things. It's just about getting a little free roll through your spine. Maybe you shake out your hands and your legs. This one is the last one. Come back up. Just make sure you're in the middle of your mat. Stretch out your legs and roll down through the spine until you're lying on the floor. Bend your knees back in. Roll up through the spine just to mobilize the spine. And then roll back down again. We'll do that again using the arms as well. Start with the pelvis and spine, tilting, pressing and lifting. Now bring your arms up and overhead, palms facing in towards each other. Start to roll down through the spine, and then the arms are going to come down. One last time like that, rolling up. Arms lift up to the ceiling. Turn the palms in, rolling back down. And then bring the arms back in. Bring your knees into your chest. Take your hands onto the outside of your feet. You pick up your head and just think of the soles of the feet coming to the ceiling. Now, as you do that, your knees are to the outside of your armpits. And then just start to gently rock your pelvis from side to side. I'm almost pushing into one hand. Enjoy this. Go wherever you're happy to go. You can roll over all the way onto your side if you want to, but you've got to get back. Come back to the center, bring your feet together, and then down to the floor. Hands come around the back of your head. Nice inhalation. And then as you exhale, you feel your tummy sink back. You look to your belly and pick your head and shoulders up. Take a moment here to check you're pretty much in neutral spine. Feel that you're gently pressing your head into your hands into your head. There's a sense that your ribs are pressing long towards the wall behind you. Inhale here. Float up one leg. Keep your pelvis nice and still. Notice where you are on your tailbone and don't let yourself rock from there. And then pick up the other leg. Another inhale. As you exhale, one leg comes down and then the other leg comes down. Breath in again. And then slowly from the bottom of your spine to the top, your head releases down. Inhale again. As you exhale, pick up your head and your shoulders again. Float the other leg up first, and then the second leg. Breathe here. Think of filling up the bottom lobes of your lungs. The first leg goes down, the second leg goes down. Release your head and your shoulders back to the floor. Bring your arms down to your sides. Stretch out the legs nice and long. Start by pulling in one knee towards your chest and then pulling in the other knee towards the chest. Now keep going with this. As you're doing this, just check that your pelvis isn't tilting backwards. So notice where the weight is on your tailbone and keep the weight in the same place as you're doing this. You may also notice the weight through your rib cage, somewhere around your bra strap, and maybe a bit higher. And just make sure that that weight doesn't change there particularly, so you're not pushing down into the floor as you're doing this. Your shoulders should stay open. Bring your hands back towards the back of your head. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. And as you pick up your head, you bring your knees in. And pick up your head and bring your knees in. Now keep doing this for another 2. And then you're going to take one elbow to the opposite knee and switch. And switch. All the time, I want you to have a sense that there's a gentle press of your head back into your hands. So you're not pulling up through the front of your neck. Now you're going to bring your left knee up and take it out to the side and then release. Your right knee comes up and touches towards your right elbow and then release. I'm going to do the same again. We'll do 3 to each side. You should feel that you're side bending over to one side as you do this. Last time on the right. And then release down. Arms come down to the floor. Bend your knees. Tiniest little tilt of the pelvis. Then push into your feet and up you come. In this position, feel your sit bones pressing towards the back of your knees. Feel your knees pressing over your feet. Feel your heels drawing in towards your bum. Hold that position, breath in, and then gently roll back down. We're going to do the same again, but with a slightly different focus this time. So the smallest little tilt, and then press and lift. Feel that you're opening up through the front of your hips. Now, I want you to imagine your rib cage and your pelvis like a packet of polos. Each of your ribs all the way around is like one polo. And your skin is like the metallic wrapper of the polos. You're going to take your weight into your left foot and then pick up your right foot. But as you do this, try not to distort the metallic wrapper. Bring that leg back down. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Trying to keep those ribs nice and still. They're not shifting to the left or the right. They're not shifting down or up. Switch again. Press and then back down. One last time, just simply like this, and then we'll add a little bit of excitement to it. So you're going to press down into one leg, lift the other leg, and then stretch that leg up to the ceiling. Lower the leg down, but as you lower the leg down, take your bottom down as well. And then as you pick the leg back up, push and lift your bottom up. Lower the leg down, bottom goes down. Pick up and lift. We're going to do 3 more of these. And again, picking up and lift. And lower. And picking up and lift. Lower. And picking up and lift. Keep lifted. Bend the knee. Bring the foot back down to the floor. Just take a moment to inhale. And then you're going to pick up the other leg. Remember your polos. Stretch the leg up to the ceiling. And lower the leg down. Bum goes down. And pick it up. Lower the leg down. Bum goes down. And pick it up. And we've got 4 more like this. And pick up. And lower. Feeling open through the front of your hip when you get to the top. And last time. Stay up there. Bring that leg back down. Make sure that you're nice and central. And then slowly oozing down through the spine. Release. Well done. Straighten out the leg that's closest to the screen. Pick the other leg up, stretch it up to the ceiling. Start by taking the leg towards the screen and then circling it around all the way out and back in. I'm going to do that again 5 times. As you do it, allow the pelvis to move. Pelvis comes off the floor and back onto the floor. And one last time and back up. Bend that knee. Bring the foot down, slide the other leg in, stretch the opposite leg out, and then lift the leg up to the ceiling. This time we're going away from the screen. Across, and then circle the leg out, round, and back up. And again, we've got 5 of these to do. Breathe as you do this. Make sure there's no breath holding going on. If you can sing while you're doing it, you know you're onto a good thing. Last time. Bend that knee, bring it down. Slide the other leg in. Take your feet as wide as the mat and take your arms out to the side. Gently, knees roll to one side. Back up to center and knees roll away. Look in opposition as you do this. Roll back to the first side, looking in opposition, and then back to the second. Now this time as you roll to the first side, take your hand with you. So you're kind of going into a closed book position. The arm lifts up to the ceiling, you rotate over to the other side and you pick up the other hand. And lifting, rotating, and back. And again. We're going to do 1 more to each side here and we're going to end up hopefully facing the screen. Okay, so come now onto your side. Stretch your arm out so that it's underneath you. You're going to lift the top leg up. And then you're going to take the weight out of the bottom leg and out of your head and really out of the bottom arm. So you're not lifting them, you're just not pushing down into them. Then take the top arm up. Now I want that top arm to stay in line with your shoulder. I'm going to start to gently kick one leg forward and the opposite leg back and then switch. Now as you do this, feeling both waists staying long. If your arm is going all over the place, you know that you've not got this sussed. Also, if you fall over onto your back or front. Nearly there with this. Come back so that you're centered. Bring those legs together and take the arm overhead. Now, you're going to pick up both legs, pick up the arms, roll over onto your back, and then roll back to your side again. Roll over onto your back, roll onto your side. This time you're going to roll so you're facing the wall behind you. Roll and roll again. You might come off your mat. And then coming all the way back over. You've got to try and control this as you do it. Rolling onto your back and side and all the way around again. You've got 1 more to go. Slowly controlling it, but not too controlled. Come back onto your side and then release down. Bend your knees. The bottom arm wraps around you. The top arm goes to the shoulder. Press that top arm into the mat and then bring your bottom arm to the floor. and press into your hands and stretch yourself all the way up. I want you to think that you're looking over, you're a mermaid sitting on a rock and you're looking over and out to sea. Bring that bottom arm around your waist again and come back down to the floor. Same again, press, lift, stretch. It's a really nice rotational stretch, and then come back down. We'll do 5 of these in total. Make sure that you're not holding your breath. The problem is I can't actually count to 5. I think that's 4. So we'll make this one the last one. Stay up there, nice big stretch. And then walk yourself in. And if you can sit like this, then please do. Take hold of your feet, your ankles. Arm comes up and you just do a tiny little stretch in opposition. And then release down. Take your hands behind you. Tilt your pelvis backwards. Switch your legs round. And just before we do the other side, let's just practice that again. And last time, rolling back round. Lying down on your back, on your side. Arms stretch out. Start by lifting that top leg. Lift the top arm and then just take the weight out of your head and out of the bottom arm and the bottom leg. And start to walk your legs forward and back. A little bit more difficult for me on this side. You want to try and keep that top arm directly over your shoulder. Let's make this next one the last one. We're going to go forward. We're going to go back. We're going to meet in the middle and come down with the legs. Arm comes overhead. And then we lift both legs. We lift both arms and the head. Roll over onto your back. Roll over back onto your side. Same side. We'll do that one more time. Roll over onto your back and onto your side. Is this easier or more difficult than the other side? All the way over now if you've got the space. Roll over. Stop. Roll over. Stop. And again. Whoopsie. And back to the front. Let's make this one the last one. Balance. And then release down. Bend your knees. Bottom arm goes around your waist. Top hand comes onto just by your shoulder. Press into your hand. Press into the other hand. Stretch up. Mermaid sitting on the rocks looking out to sea. And then coming all the way back down. It kind of feeds into my obsession with Peter Pan stretching up. But that's another story. 3 more like this. Push, push, stretch. And back. And last 2. This time you're going to stay up there. And then walk your hands in. Take hold of your ankles and just stretch in opposition. Hand comes back down. We're just going to do a couple of minutes lying on the tummy and then we're going to call it a day. So, lying on your tummy, arms outstretched if you've got the room, legs outstretched. So your feet are as wide as the mat and your hands are about as wide as the mat. Start by lengthening all the way from your pubic bone out through the crown of your head and lifting your head. You're looking down at the mat still, you're not looking forward. And then coming all the way back down. Inhale again. And then lengthening and lifting. Now as you lengthen and lifting, I want you to press gently, 2 out of 10, down with one hand and the opposite leg. And then release. Same again, finding the opposition and the other side now. It's only 2 out of 10 press. It's almost like you're just not trying to take the weight out of there. And release. This time with the other side, it's going to get a little confusing. You're going to lift and lengthen. So your head lifts, one arm lifts and lengthens, and leg, and the opposite gently, gently, gently presses into the mat and release. Inhale, exhale, and opposite side. And release. Keep on moving with this. Now, what I want you to consider is, am I tilting and twisting to the left and right through my pelvis? Can I keep pretty square through my pelvis as I do this? If you are really twisting through your pelvis, then you'll probably find that you're not working your arms and your legs equally. Let's have one more. And then you're going to come back down to the floor. Bring your hands wide of your chest. Bring your legs in parallel. You can do a little rock of your pelvis here for a moment. Now, feel strong through your belly. Imagine a sling around it, okay? Your elbows are gently pressed into your side. Just gently, again, it's not a squeeze. And press into your hands, press into your knees. Bring yourself up onto your hands and your knees. And just sit back in child's pose here. Your head rests on the floor if it will. If it won't, get a pillow, or you can put your hands underneath your head. Whatever works for you. And just take a moment to breathe there. Hands come down by your knees. Gently roll yourself up to sitting. And thank you very much.